Engaged lessons for the 21st century.
In this lesson, we are going to learn how to make a 3D cube and also a timeline. Now, depending upon the time or how much time we're going to spend, first do the 3D cube. The timeline is very similar. However, the 3D cube is the primary project for the first time through. You'll notice that we have provided for you information pertaining to how to do it step by step, which will be accompanied by this video. Now, we went to Google and typed in American Patriot, and then we went to images and downloaded or copied several images to place on here. Now, don't forget, when you're going to copy an image, you want to use the commands that are listed as Shift, Control, Command, and the number 4. And this will enable you to copy a picture and place it onto your Word document. And in doing so, you'll need 4 of them, and you just simply hit Command V to paste after each one. Hopefully that makes sense. You've done it enough times now, so you should have no problem whatsoever. The first picture you decide you want will be in the front of the cube. Then we'll have one on the side, and you'll have one on the top. Then we'll show you how to do it in 3 dimensions. Okay? All right, so let's get going so we don't waste any more time. The first thing we have to do, as you can tell by your sheet of paper, is place your cursor at the top and hit your return key 3 times. This creates a buffer. Next, you'll notice I typed in American Patriot in Google and I clicked on images. So you can choose any one of these images you may wish to have in your 3D cube. I'm going to choose the eagle. And in doing so, I just want to capture this eagle. I'm going to hit Shift key, Control, Command, and tap the number 4. And when I do that, you'll see that it's changed to a crosshair. Simply hold it to the extreme left of the picture, hold down your left button, and highlight that picture. Then release it, and it goes into memory, and we will paste it into the Word document. I'll hit my Enter key a few times, and then hit Command V to paste it. Upon doing so, I'm going to double click on this, and remember we talked about text wrapping? I'm going to click on Tight, and this will enable us to move it around. If you don't click on Tight Wrap, then you will not be able to move it around. I'm going to leave this one the size that it presently is, and go back to the website and choose another picture if I could. In choosing another picture, I'm going to scroll down and choose possibly this one. And in doing so again, I'm going to hit Shift, Control, Command, and the number 4. And upon doing that, I'm going to place my mouse right here, hold down my left button, and highlight this picture. Then when I release it, it goes into memory. And then I'm going to go back to my Word document and hit my Enter key, my Return key a few times, and hit Command V to paste my second picture. Now remember, you have your option. You can choose any one you like. Okay, for my third picture, I'm going to go back to Google, and I want another picture. I'm going to choose this eagle. And again, in doing so, Shift, Control, Command, and tap the number 4. And I'm going to place my mouse right about here, hold down my left button, as you can see, and highlight the eagle. Then I'm going to hit Release. And upon doing so, go back to your Word document, and then hit your Return key, and hit Command V to paste it. Now that we have all that done, all we need to do next is modify the pictures. To do that, it's really quite simple. I am going to double click on this picture. Oh, on this one, I didn't double click on that, and hit Text Wrap. Don't forget Type. And then on this one, double click, Text Wrap, and Tight, so I can move that down. Next, I'm going to double click on this picture, hold down my Control key, my right button, and click on where it says Format Picture. Next, I'm going to click on Size. I'm going to adjust the size of it. I'm going to click off the lock aspect ratio, and I want this to be 2.5 absolute for the height and 2.5 absolute for the width, and hit my return key. Upon doing so, we know that's exactly how it is. I'm going to slide that over. This one, same basic idea. Control key and hit your right button, Format Picture, and Size. Again, I want absolute, lock ratio off, and hit 2.5, return. Oh, let me do that again. Control key and right button, Format Picture, and Size, and absolute for the width is 2.5 again. Remember, we have the lock ratio unlocked. Now hit OK, and that should be the same size. And last but not least, I'm going to hold down my control button and click on this one, Format Picture, and on this one we're going to have click off the lock, and for absolute I'm going to have 2.5, and for the width 2.5. Now, oops, 2.5. Now, what I'm also going to do here is click on Line. I'll do this for all of them, but we want a solid line around the perimeter. I'm going to choose black, and weights and arrows, I'm going to click on that, and we want to make it approximately 10. So I'm going to make it, oops, hit 10, and simply click OK. As you can see, it's 10. Now I'm going to click on here, hold down my control key, right click, Format, and the line is going to be black, weights and arrows. We want it 10 again, so I'm going to make it a little bit larger and make it equal to 10, and click on OK. And you can see we have it around there. And the last one, Control, right click, Format, and again we want a black line around it, and weights and arrows, and change this to a 10. Oops, went too far. Let's go back to 10 and simply click on OK. Now that we have all of them adjusted like that, all we need to do is modify or change the pictures for each one. And this is really easy to do. To position these in a 3D format, I'm going to click on the picture, and we are now in the Format Picture. Over here to the right, place my mouse on there, and we have different options. The one we want is 3D rotation. Now the one we're looking for is this one for the top picture, and it says off axis one top. So I click that. As you can see, it's going to be to the top. Which one of these three do we want in the front? I think I want this one in the front. Click on it. Click on the down arrow here, and since we want it in the front, we're going to place this one. It says off axis right, and click on that. So this one will be in the front. Let me move that so you have a better perspective. And this one we want on the side. So I'm going to click here, click down, and we want off axis 1 left. As you can see, that appears. Slide this over. Now use your mouse to get it as close as you can. Bring these in. This is why we had it 10, so in case you make a mistake. To move these in together, closer, very gingerly, I click on the picture I want, hold down my Option button, and click on my right arrow. And you can see it will come in very slow. And then I can move it up just a notch. And same thing applies for the top one. Click on it, hold down my Option key, and I can move this in to the right and move this up. So we're right in the ballpark. So there we have our three-dimensional cube. Now remember, you can choose what you want from the top, left, and right, or front. whichever way you'd like to have it. Now, if you're smart, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to place my cursor right about there, hold down my Shift, Control, Command button, and tap the number 4. And the reason I want to do that is I'm going to outline this picture, capture it if you will, and now it's a picture, and I'm going to hit Command V to paste it. Now you can see I can double click on it and hit Text Wrap and Type and move it over here out of the way. So now we have a full picture of it, which you can paste on anything you'd like. Same principle applies in PowerPoint. Hopefully everything we've done makes sense for creating a cube. In creating a timeline, it's basically the same concept as we did with the cube. In your Word document, place your cursor at the top. Hit your return key a few times to create that buffer. Now to create the buffer, to the extreme right, you're going to see shapes. Click on the down arrow, and the shape you want to use is the rectangle. I'm going to click on that, and click over here to the left. Now the rectangle is going to be thin. Don't make it real thick. I'm going to put it right about like that. Okay? And when you click on it, you'll notice we have a format come up. I'm going to make it fill is black, and the line I want to make it as red. Now, how thick is that line is up to you. I'm going to click on my down arrow and click on the word weights. And I can make it 6 and see if that's about right. That looks pretty good. Okay? If I want to make this a little bit larger or longer, I can just simply pull on it. Now the problem is it's very basic. Let's make it unique. I'm going to click on Effects, 3D Rotation again, and I'm going to choose this one. And the reason I want that one off axis, one right, because it gives you a little perspective and makes it more interesting to look at. Now, once you created this cube, I'm going to click on it again and click on my Control button and my right mouse button. Click on Format Shape. And what I would like to do is in 3D format, the width and height. I'm going to increase it such so it's a unique picture. And you have to make the call on that. As you can see as we're doing it, it's becoming pretty neat with some depth. Okay? Now you can change the colors, whatever you think you'd like, and also make this whatever size you think is appropriate. I'm going to click on OK with this one. Now that we have it done, I'm going to click over to Shapes again, click on my down arrow, and I want to click on Arrows, Block and Arrows, and I want to use this one with the arrow pointing down. When I click on it, I'm going to move it up here, and I'm going to put it someplace where it might be practical where you're going to start. Oops. I've got to double click on it. Remember, Text Wrap, Tight. And now I can move it. This should be Text Wrap, Tight also. My mistake, and probably good that I did that so you remember how to do that also. Now, let's make this a little bit bigger. And I'm going to slide it right about there. Now, in doing so, I can change the color of this. As you can see up here, my fill color. Maybe I want to make it something like an orange, or let's just do an orange. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Let me hit, oh, good thing I did that. Remember, undo, click on that. I want to click on here and make it orange. And your line, you probably want to make it a different color. Let's say black. Now you can very quickly type inside here. I'm going to type in here and say beginning 2000. Now it's not very bright, so I'm going to highlight it. And under my Home tab, I'm going to make it bold, black, and make it larger. There you go. Now you can make this three-dimensional as well. Now, what's nice about this is I can right-click, copy it, and then use your Control key again right click and hit paste, and we can make two of them. Then I can slide it right over here, and then you can type inside there, right, whatever you want. Beginning, and I'm going to type in here end, and I'll put a year here, 2020. How's that? Now you can have more than one of these, but the nice thing about this is the fact that you're able to put these dates in and make it really interesting. I'm holding down my option key, my arrow key, again to very gingerly move this at different aspects or different areas. Now what you may want to do, remember this, don't forget, Shift, Control, Command, and tap the number 4. And upon doing so, I'm going to place it right about up here, hold down my left button, and highlight this. And now I have a picture. Right? Move my cursor down and hit Command V. Now I can paste my picture. Now what's nice about this, you can double click on it, right? Text wrap tight, and you can move it anywhere you like. You can copy it and place it in a PowerPoint. You can place it in a spreadsheet. You can do just about anything. And you have a solid copy of it. So that's how you would make a timeline. And you can see it's very easily done, and it'll definitely catch somebody's eye. Hopefully all of that made sense. And thank you for watching.